The omnipotence twist has officially changed everything in Boruto. Blue-eyed boy has finally lost everything by trading fates with Kawaki, which is one of the main reasons why he looks so pale and fragile in the time skip scene. But what if I told you there was some legit foreshadowing hidden in the opening and ending themes of the series, as well as this scene itself, that we were unable to catch? So let's find out what we have missed, along with dissecting the aftermath of Boruto's twist of fate. The very first hint can be found in the flash forward sequence of episode 1, where Boruto recalls the story to the audience.
This story begins several years earlier.
Now that we know what the losing everything prophecy actually was, we can conclude that the reason Boruto was telling us his story is because everyone has forgotten him. Kawaki stole his identity, and that's why his outfit looks way too neat. After all, he has the privilege of being the Hokage's son, while Boruto ended up like Sasuke, a rogue ninja who is the enemy of the entire shinobi world. If we take a closer look, this scene of the Kama duo on top of the Hokage mountain is the keen foreshadower of Boruto and Naruto's fate. The Hokage face has been destroyed and Boruto is seen on the destructed side, while Kawaki is on the higher side of the statue. This indicates that he is higher in stature than Boruto, who has been accused of killing the Hokage, explaining why he is on the broken side. Momoshiki said that Sarada was unaffected from the omnipotence, which enhances the chances of Sasuke being unaffected as well. This scene from the chapter shows him taking a surprised look at Shikamaru when he mentioned they need to trace Boruto's location. It could be a hint that Sasuke is also immune to Aida's spell due to his Uchiha lineage that will lead him to team up with his daughter and student to take Boruto's revenge. Or there is the possibility of Boruto finding some way to bring Sasuke's memories back, maybe after the Uchiha notices the headband that he gave to him earlier. Coming on to our next hint, it's a mind-blowing sequence from Boruto ending 18, which has foreshadowed Aida's omnipotence event almost 2 years ago. Here you can see how this beam of light has exactly portrayed the major event of the latest chapter. Moreover, this ending has highlighted Boruto with pink color, while everything around him slowly turns into yellow, which could be a reference to Kawaki eventually snatching everything from him. Kawaki living his dream life as the Hokage's son, while Boruto losing everything that he was ungrateful about, was also teased in opening 9, where we can see the real son of Naruto stumbling into the darkness, while the red Kamagai can be seen emerging from the darkness. This was yet another time a huge foreshadowing for the upcoming twist in their destiny. The 8th Boruto opening also features the parallel between the fates of Boruto, Kawaki and their respective idols. It shows us that how Kawaki is destined to end up as a hero in the eyes of people, while Boruto will be hated for his lawlessness just like Sasuke. The only twist is that in Boruto's case, he is completely innocent and stick to his roots even after losing everything. He won't end up as a tragic and demeaned character who would decide to avenge the disgrace by going against the whole world. Boruto's chakra erasing power will help him to stay away from the world, and maybe Sarada will also go rogue with him for obvious reasons. This was yet another time hinted in Boruto ending 11, where he can be seen dropping his headband and then makes a gesture of supplication towards Konoha. It could be taken as a hint that how he feels helpless in this situation, where his own village does not recognize him. Then in the next few frames, we see Boruto hopelessly wandering around and eventually shedding a tear. He is then seen laying down in despair till somebody holds his hand, and I feel like it's a straight reference to Sarada. Talking about Sarada, she is also shown to be restless and sad in this theme song. The misery that both of them are feeling can be linked to Momoshiki's statement, where he says it's usually the immune who suffer from omnipotence the most. Boruto being the target of the world was also foreshadowed in opening 11, where he was looking through a hole in the leaf. This was a throwback to Madara, who had went against the shinobi world for his vision of creating a new world order. The point to be noted is that every person in the history of Naruto who was seen as an evil person had committed some malicious deeds. Boruto will be the first innocent person to suffer the misfortune of going against the whole ninja world. This brings us to another foreshadowing, which lies in the metaphorical meaning behind the blue eyes. The blue eyes refer to the state of being naive and innocent. Both of these statements perfectly suit the circumstances that Boruto is going through at present. The prophecy of the blue eyes probably had multiple interpretations. All of them had inarguably turned out to be true. The very first one being Boruto losing everything after losing one blue eye, which was recalled in chapter 78. The blue eyes were a reference to his vision, and he ended up helplessly witnessing the change of his fate. It was also a reference to the blue-eyed girl Aida, who was responsible for activating the omnipotence, which manifested Kawaki's desires. It was even a reference to Naruto, since he was the one who decided to adopt Kawaki at first place, leading to a butterfly effect, making his own son lose everything. The illusion of his lost identity can be found in opening 10, where he is in the middle of a crowd without anyone noticing him. It's further reflected in this scene, where Kawaki is seen with Mitsuki and Sarada, hinting that he will replace his place in Team 7. There is even a scene in this opening, which has foreshadowed the rivalry between Sarada and Aida. Upon hearing that she is the main reason behind Boruto's suffering, Sarada will regret to not believe Sumire's words when she said Aida is their clear enemy. Sarada believed Aida could turn a new leaf. However, the omnipotence incident has proved her completely wrong. She is just a lustful lass who can cross all limits to satisfy his love interest Kawaki. But we shouldn't forget Kawaki is smarter than her, and he might end up abandoning Aida after making good use of her powers. The reason he has become so contradictory in nature after the omnipotence incident has some good logic behind it, so hear me out. We know that the reason Kawaki hates Boruto is because of Momoshiki and not Boruto himself. He wants to eliminate the monster at all costs, but Boruto, being the Hokage's son, was becoming a huge hurdle in his way. By exchanging fates with the blue-eyed boy, Kawaki can now easily murder Boruto, since he is now infamous as the Hokage killer. But I don't think he's gonna do something like that. I feel like he would ask Boruto to forsake Konoha and never come back, unless he finds a way to suppress Momoshiki. Sasuke, who might somehow remember the true identity of his student, could follow him after he goes rogue. This explains how Boruto is able to use Kenjutsu in the time skip, and his entire outfit is a tribute to the person who believed in him. When Boruto would finally find a way to suppress his inner demon, Kawaki would be on the verge of succeeding in his plan of shinobi extermination. Boruto would then fight him as the last hope of the shinobis. This explains why he is ready to send him to his father in the future. The reason I think he is ending the age of shinobi could be because of some Otsutsuki threat, which would wipe out the entire humanity. In order to save the inferior shinobis from the deadly danger, he must have transferred them to his timeless dimension. The reason he wants to send Boruto there as well is because he desires to exterminate all the Otsutsukis himself. Well, that was one aspect of his anti-hero turnover. But what if he actually turns out to be jealous of Boruto, explaining why he framed him as Naruto's killer? Kawaki changing his nature and motives would be the most shocking turn in his character development. He knows it very well that how Naruto would feel upon getting to know about the rotten condition of his own son. He might be in delusion that once he will bring Naruto back, the Hokage will consider him as his own son. However, things are not gonna be so much in Kawaki's favor, cause Naruto and Hinata would most likely be immune to Aida's omnipotence. There are mainly 3 different theories that could back this speculation. First and foremost, they both have ties to the Otsutsukis, similar to Sarada and Sumire. Secondly, they were in a different dimension when the reality shifting took place. And lastly, the infamous theory which explains Sarada and Sumire's immunity to Aida could also apply to their case, but with a twist. There is a theory which claims that the strong feelings of love that Sumire and Sarada hold for an Otsutsuki has made them immune to Aida's charm. So what if these strong feelings also include parental love, which would explain why Naruto and Hinata are gonna be immune, cause they are truly affectionate towards their child, who's an Otsutsuki. Anyway, Kawaki might kill himself after knowing this naked truth. However, the limits that his obsession will make him cross are unimaginable. He will go after the life of Boruto in order to mark a good end to Momoshiki's story. The reason he is determined to send Boruto to Naruto in the future could be because he wants him to meet his parents for one last time before ultimately killing him. Ending the shinobi system was his way of eliminating weakness from the world as the son of the most powerful Hokage. The only hope that Boruto is left with in this time is the pure-eyed Jogan, and you can find out about its powers in this video. Subscribe and I will see you next time.